Okay? So there's this idea floating around the internet that you should never eat carbs and protein together. Separate them. Different meals, different times, different digestive environments. The food combining crowd has been saying this for years, and a lot of people have actually changed how they eat because of it. First, let's address the food combining theory directly, because I want you to understand why people believe this in the first place. The argument goes like this. Carbohydrates need an alkaline environment to digest properly. Proteins need an acidic environment, so eating them together creates this confused digestive environment where neither can be digested properly. You get bloating, gas, poor nutrient absorption, and weight gain. It sounds logical on the surface, right? Except it completely misunderstands how human digestion actually works. Your digestive system doesn't pick one environment and stick with it. It's not a one-trick pony. It's an incredibly sophisticated multi-stage system that handles multiple macronutrients simultaneously without even breaking a sweat. Digestion starts in your mouth with enzymes that begin breaking down carbohydrates immediately. Then your stomach, which is highly acidic, handles protein breakdown. Then your small intestine, where most digestion actually happens, produces enzymes that handle all macronutrients at the same time. Carbs, protein, fat, all together, all at once. Your body literally evolved to handle mixed meals. Almost every whole food that exists in nature contains a combination of macronutrients. Lentils have both carbs and protein. Eggs have protein and fat. Fish has protein and fat. Whole grains have carbs and some protein. The idea that you need to separate them is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of basic biochemistry, and two actual studies that tested the food-combining diet against a regular balanced diet found no difference in weight loss or body composition whatsoever when calories were matched. So the food-combining theory is wrong, full stop. But now here's where this gets really interesting. Because it's not just that combining carbs and protein is fine. The research is now showing that this combination might actually be specifically beneficial, but only when you get the carb choice right. Let me explain what I mean, because this is where most people get it wrong. There are two very different categories of carbohydrates, and they behave completely differently when combined with protein. Category 1, fast-digesting refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, white pasta, regular breakfast cereals, crackers, pretzels, bagels, anything made with refined white flour, sugary drinks, candy, pastries. These have had the fiber, vitamins, and minerals stripped out during processing. They digest rapidly and hit your bloodstream fast as glucose. Category 2. Slow-digesting complex carbohydrates. Brown rice, oats, quinoa, sweet potatoes, lentils, black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, whole grain bread with actual whole grains you can see, barley, buckwheat, vegetables like broccoli, carrots, and Brussels sprouts, fruits like apples, berries, and oranges. These still contain their natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They digest slowly and release glucose gradually. When you combine protein with Category 2 carbs, the results are genuinely impressive. When you combine protein with Category 1 carbs regularly, you still get some benefit over eating those refined carbs alone, but you're fighting an uphill battle. Let me show you exactly what the difference looks like in your body. Let's start with blood sugar, because this is the one that surprised me the most. Scenario 1. You eat white rice alone. Blood sugar spikes rapidly. Insulin surges. Blood sugar crashes an hour later. You feel tired, foggy, and hungry again, even though you just ate. Scenario 2. You eat white rice with grilled chicken breast. The protein slows digestion slightly. The blood sugar spike is a little lower, but it's still a significant spike because white rice has a high glycemic index and very little fiber to slow it down. Better than rice alone, but not great. Scenario 3. You eat brown rice with grilled chicken breast. Now, the fiber in the brown rice and the protein together work in combination to significantly slow glucose absorption. The blood sugar rise is gradual and manageable. Insulin responds modestly. You feel full for hours, no crash. Scenario 4. You eat lentils with chicken. Lentils are both a carbohydrate and a protein source themselves. Combined with additional protein from chicken, plus all that fiber, the blood sugar response is even flatter and more stable. This is about as close to a perfect metabolic meal as you can get. One study found that consuming protein before or alongside a high-carbohydrate meal resulted in significantly lower blood sugar levels compared to eating the carbohydrate meal alone. And a systematic review found that whey protein combined with fiber, which complex carbs provide naturally, improved glycemic control more effectively than consuming either alone. The fiber in complex carbohydrates is doing critical work here. It's not just the protein slowing things down, it's the combination of fiber from the complex carb and the protein working together to flatten that blood sugar curve. With refined carbs, you lose the fiber. So you're relying entirely on the protein to do all the slowing down, and protein alone isn't enough to fully compensate for the absence of fiber in refined carbs. So, what are the best carbs to combine with protein for blood sugar management? Number 1, lentils. 1 cup of cooked lentils has 40 grams of carbs and 18 grams of protein and 16 grams of fiber. It's basically its own perfect combination in one food. Number 2, black beans or chickpeas. Similar story, high fiber, decent protein, slow glucose release. Combine with additional protein like chicken or fish, and you have a metabolic powerhouse. Number 3, oats, especially steel-cut or rolled oats. Not instant-flavored packets, which are closer to refined carbs. Real oats with Greek yogurt or eggs on the side. That fiber plus protein combination keeps blood sugar stable for hours. Number 4, sweet potatoes. Much better than regular white potatoes because of their higher fiber content and lower glycemic response. Pair with salmon or chicken, and you have a balanced meal that works beautifully. Number 5, quinoa. One of the few plant foods that is a complete protein on its own, while also being a complex carbohydrate. Combined with additional protein, it's exceptional. Now let's talk about muscle building, because this is where the carbs plus protein combination really shines, and where the type of carb matters in a different way. A clinical trial completed at Auburn University in September 2025 directly compared carbohydrates alone versus carbohydrates plus protein for resistance training outcomes. The carbs plus protein group 1. Here's the mechanism. When you train hard, your muscles deplete their glycogen stores. After training, your muscles are in a primed state to absorb nutrients and rebuild. They need glucose to replenish glycogen and amino acids to repair and build muscle tissue. When you eat carbs after training, they replenish glycogen, but they also trigger an insulin response. And here's what most people don't know about insulin in this context. Insulin isn't just a blood sugar regulator, it's also an anabolic hormone. It signals muscle cells to take up amino acids and begin protein synthesis. It opens the door for protein to enter the muscle. So when you eat protein and carbs together after training, the carbs trigger the insulin response that opens the door, and the protein walks through it into the muscle. For post-workout specifically, faster digesting carbs are actually okay. This is the one situation where white rice or a banana or even regular oats makes a lot of sense because you want to replenish glycogen quickly after training. The rapid glucose delivery is actually an advantage here, not a problem. So, post-workout, white rice with chicken works, banana with Greek yogurt works, regular oats with eggs works. But for all your other meals throughout the day, the slower complex carbohydrates paired with protein are the better choice. Brown rice with fish for lunch, lentil soup with a side of chicken for dinner, oats with Greek yogurt for breakfast, sweet potato with salmon, chickpea and tuna salad, quinoa with grilled vegetables and chicken breast. These combinations hit the ideal intersection of slow glucose release, high fiber, quality protein, and sustained energy. Compare that to the refined carb plus protein combinations that are everywhere in modern eating. White bread sandwich with deli meat, white pasta with meat sauce, white rice with chicken from a fast food bowl. bagel with cream cheese and smoked salmon, crackers with cheese. The protein is there, but the carb quality is working against you instead of with you. Now let me give you some really practical meal ideas that nail this combination perfectly, because I don't want to leave you with just theory and no action plan. Breakfast. Steel-cut oats with a scoop of Greek yogurt and berries mixed in. The oats provide slow-release complex carbs and fiber. The Greek yogurt adds 15 to 20 grams of protein. The berries add antioxidants and additional fiber. Blood sugar stays stable for hours. Or 2 to 3 eggs with a side of roasted sweet potato. Eggs provide complete protein and healthy fat. Sweet potato provides complex carbs and fiber. Simple, balanced, effective. Lunch. Brown rice with grilled chicken and stir-fried vegetables. The brown rice replaces white rice with triple the fiber content. The chicken provides 35 to 40 grams of protein. The vegetables add fiber and micronutrients. This is genuinely one of the best metabolic meals you can eat. Or lentil soup with a side of fish. Lentils give you carbs, fiber, and plant protein all in one. The fish adds high-quality complete protein. You'll be full for 4 to 5 hours. Dinner. Quinoa with salmon and roasted broccoli. Quinoa is a complete protein and complex carb. Salmon adds omega-3 fatty acids and high-quality protein. Broccoli adds fiber and vitamins. This combination ticks every single box. Or black bean and chicken bowl with mixed vegetables. Black beans provide fiber, complex carbs, and plant protein. Chicken adds additional complete protein. Add some avocado for healthy fat, and you have a near-perfect nutritional profile. Post-workout. Banana with Greek yogurt and a drizzle of honey. Here you actually want that faster digesting carb from the banana to replenish glycogen quickly. The yogurt provides protein for muscle synthesis, simple and effective specifically in this context. Or white rice with chicken post-workout. Yes, white rice here is actually fine because your muscles need rapid glycogen replenishment right after training. Here's the summary of everything in one place. Combining carbs and protein is not only fine, it's beneficial. The food combining theory that says to separate them is scientifically wrong, but the type of carb matters enormously. For blood sugar management, pair protein with complex carbs like brown rice, oats, lentils, beans, sweet potatoes, and quinoa. The fiber in these foods works together with protein to flatten your blood sugar response. For muscle building throughout the day, same rule applies. Complex carbs plus protein at every meal. For post-workout specifically, slightly faster digesting carbs like white rice, bananas, or regular oats paired with protein actually makes sense here. You want rapid glycogen replenishment. For general health, the refined carb plus protein combination is better than refined carbs alone, but quality complex carbs plus protein is in a completely different league.